Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, and welcome back, Andy.
Thank you very, very much. I was on sick leave. These are the first 2 sick days I've ever taken in my life.
I know, I mentioned that, and people found it hard to believe. You've never had a sick day.
No, but there was. I probably could have came into work if I didn't have to do this show.
No, we have a policy.
Oh, that's right,
if
we
you're
do.
sick, stay home.
I threw up. It was awful. It was crazy. It was like a 2-day flu, something you had when we were in Florida, so you can relate. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I started to feel a little bit better yesterday, so we made our way into town, saw you, and then went to Hobby Lobby, which was a lot of fun. Got some nice things.
It's a fun store.
It is. Do you know what's going in right next door to it?
McAllister's Deli?
I don't know. Can we pull up the shot of the... Do you know what's going in right here? Brandon? Brandon used to shop here at the mall when you were a teen. You used to get all the clothes there.
Start with the B?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Is it Buckle?
The Buckle.
Buckle.
Outward facing store.
Wow.
And I thought, well, what the heck? That sounds crazy. My wife told me, well, there's really not a lot of places for girls to get designer style clothes, so that's where kids will go.
Really? So I had a bad experience at Buckle.
I remember
Yes.
they told you were too old to shop.
Yes. This was many years ago at the Briarwood Buckles. I was Christmas shopping. They told me I'm too old
Yeah,
for the store.
that's right.
True story.
Yeah, but I mean, it was probably just someone like David Rice having a bad day. So, speaking of David Rice, how about JTV Football Media Days? Thanks to Noah, Molly, Jeff, Josh, David, Adam, everyone who was a big part of that. And you can watch interviews from the Media Day. They'll be trickling on our Facebook page and website throughout the next few weeks. Talked to 19 teams, 19 coaches, and I heard that over 100 bottles of Prime were drank. The juice, not the energy.
It's hard to discern. I accidentally bought the wrong thing.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to be doing an expose on those twist-topped 200 milligram caffeine terrible drinks that the kids are getting.
They're making kids sick.
Yes, for sure.
66 degrees right now in Jackson, and believe it or not, we do have a chance of an isolated shower this morning. There are some showers in Eaton County that are drifting our way. Otherwise, though, it should be a sunny day with a high of 84. So, beautiful day today. Yesterday, another beautiful day. Yesterday's high, 77 degrees. And traditionally, the first week of August does have beautiful weather.
Well, that's great, and it is. So let's take a look out at the Hometown Heating, Cooling, and More SkyCam. Visit heatandcoolwithus.com. Thanks to Tina, Roger, and the entire team at Hometown Heating, Cooling, and More for helping us bring you that beautiful shot of our town. What did I miss while I was gone the last few days?
Oh, you didn't watch the show while you were gone?
Mm.
Oh. Well, I can't help you.
I couldn't bear to watch. What else did I miss other than that?
Well, we had National Night Out Day last night at Loomis Park. Do you know how they named Loomis Park?
I think they named it after someone.
Former Mayor Peter Loomis. They had a beautiful setting for this event, and hundreds turned out to mingle with police and fire department and ambulance personnel. There was music, DJ, Safety Pup was there. They had hot dogs and chips.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. And just a lot of fun. Everybody had a great time. And it was probably the biggest turnout they've ever had for National Night Out Day. But
Cool.
a great time for picnicking and mingling. They gave away bikes. That's Cheryl Ragland, who heads up the Group Violence Intervention Program in the city of Jackson. And those are the bikes there that they raffled off. Well, not raffle, they had a drawing, and kids won them. And Elmer Hitt, police chief, delivered the winning bikes. Kids were having a blast on the new playground structure. And really, people were marveling over how beautiful the park is now.
Yeah, it's
how
nice.
much bigger it seems, how wide open and safer it is. And a wonderful time had by all. More photos online at jtv.tv. And later today, we'll talk about the event with Elmer and Cheryl on my show.
Sounds good. Our show today is brought to you by Frosty Boy of Vandercook Lake. Check them out. They drive through, walk up, or sit in one of their wonderful picnic tables. It's August is my favorite month for ice cream, so visit Frosty Boy of Vandercook Lake. Speaking of food, I told you I hadn't eaten much, so I went.
With what you had, the
flu.
I think
we'll
you
call it.
shouldn't have eaten.
Right, so I didn't eat anything. It was the longest I went without eating. So I was starving last night after we went to Hobby Lobby, so we couldn't decide on what sounded good, Ella and I, because we're both a little under the weather still. So we decided on the Wisner Street Wendy's. You ever been there?
Long time ago.
Yeah, so we pull up to
I
the-
won't go to, here's what I don't like about Wendy's. They won't open the dining room.
Wow. That's true. So we pull up to the drive-through, and there's like no cars in the parking lot, and
They all look closed. The one on Airport Road, I thought it was closed.
the one on West Ave never looks closed. So pull up, and they said, we'll be with you in a few moments. We're in the middle of a shift change. No. So we left, went to the West Ave one, closer to home. Long drive-through line. Thought, you know what, let's just go in the dining room and order. So we drove around the drive-through line, parked, and then one of the Wendy's employees met me at the thing to lock the door and tell me they were closed. So we had to get back in the drive-through line, and there were already 5 other cars, so I really screwed the entire thing up. So what started as an 8 o'clock Wendy's drive-through ended up as like a 9 o'clock Wendy's drive-through.
Lesson learned, I hope.
And then I had a spicy chicken sandwich and barely made it home.
Again, poor choices.
Unbelievable.
No, for some reason, Wendy's is choosing to not maintain their properties and not open their dining rooms. They're not. I mean, they look. You think they're closed?
You would. The size of the parking lot that Wendy's has on Wisner Street, they need to have Feral Seal Coat come in there and blacktop that thing like they used to. It's a, yeah.
They let them go.
They did. So, hey, I brought you this Eggo Pop-Tart. We were talking about Pop-Tarts the other day, and I thought this was the trashiest one you'd ever seen.
Eggo frosted.
I got this at the 7-Eleven in Okemos. They have a folding card, like a card folding table with like items just on it, and everything on there is $1. It's really bad. So I got you these.
It tends to be items that are expired.
It does. Why was I in Lansing? Well, one of our house guests' children forgot their little bunny and blanket, so we had to drive it and meet them halfway. That was fun. You gonna try it?
No, the thing says it's labeled maple, frosted maple Eggo, and there's no maple in the product whatsoever. As we said last week, the Pop-Tarts used to be so much better. They're now cardboard junk.
My favorite flavor was just strawberry filled.
Yeah.
Nothing
just
on
plain
top of it.
Back in the 60s when they first came
Right,
out, they were
back in the
filled
60s.
piled high with strawberries and a wonderful flaky crust that...
Now the toaster strudel claimed the flaky crust. So
No one won the Mega Millions jackpot last night again, so there's been like 31 straight drawings without a winner. So the new jackpot for Friday night is $1.25 billion, 625 cash option.
you can buy as many tickets as you want, and your odds will not change.
No.
They won't. Your odds can't change.
I think your odds get worse the more people are buying
They get
the
worse.
tickets.
Yeah, your odds definitely don't get better. Gosh, wouldn't that be cool if you won?
If you took the taxes out, which they'll do that for you.
They will do that for you and give it right to
You'll get
schools.
about $420 million in cash. Wow, that's a big jackpot. Let's hope someone in Jackson wins it.
Really?
We don't have a Trader Joe's here, and people say, "Oh, I wish we had a Trader Joe's." Well, wish again. Trader Joe's having a pretty bad week. They have another recall. In the span of just 3 days, the company has had to issue recalls on 4 of its products, And the recalls are for pretty unusual reasons. 3 of the products contain rocks,
Oh,
and 1 of them contained insects.
nice.
So the windmill cookies, almond cookies, broccoli cheddar soup. How do you get rocks in broccoli cheddar soup? I don't know. But
There are some people that, use stuff from their garden and get rocks in their own food, but I've never heard of this.
falafel is another one of the bad products at Trader Joe's. And someone that works at Whole Foods has been posting horror stories about the Beverly Hills Whole Foods, which your cousin Tommy worked at.
He did. I haven't been there.
Customers are coming in and they're sampling soup off the hot
It's
bar
crazy in this
with
one.
the ladle.
Yeah.
Yes.
That Whole Foods is interesting. It is very small. There doesn't look to be much oversight. Yeah, shop at your own risk. I drove by Brown Street yesterday, and I wanted to show you the new
It's very
sidewalk.
nice, except for
and-
some of the missing squares.
Yeah, there's a few, but look at that. Doesn't that look so much nicer?
I saw a pedestrian on the sidewalk, and every time he got to a missing square, he did this.
What do I do?
It's
Yeah.
like, so they're waiting for the rest of the concrete to come in.
Very good.
The toy company Mattel has a job opening, and it's to play Uno. They are introducing a new game, Uno Quattro, and they're looking for a chief Uno player who will be paid $4,444 a week to play the game. You'll play with challenge strangers to the game, teach new players the rules, and create Uno content for social media.
Wow,
Yeah, it's a big job.
that is a very big job.
$4,444 a week. Get it? Uno Quattro.
Oh, wow, very good. Well, that'll be a fun game come Christmas time for all the kids.
Tonight we've got entertainment at the Cascades, the world famous Cascades Family Night, and the critters from Paw Patrol will be there tonight, and they will have music from, who's the music from?
I'm not sure who the music is from, but I can name all the Paw Patrol characters.
Ada Leanne.
Can you name all the Paw Patrol characters?
There's
Rocky, Chase, Marshall, Zumba, Sky.
nice.
Brandon, you could have done that. Really? I'll be darned.
I couldn't.
I'm
remember.
embarrassed by that. Also proud of it.
Leonardo, is he one of them?
That's a Ninja Turtle.
And over in Grass Lake, it is the Grass Lake Music in the Park. Farmers Market starts at 4, and then about 6 o'clock, Joe DeBow will start spinning tunes from the 70s. And then at about 6:30, it's Kev Nichols, who's been performing like crazy all over town, even in Lenawee County. He
Really?
was at the Devil's Lake Yacht
Oh,
Club
nice.
last week.
Very
Yes.
nice.
So that should be fun.
Plenty of things to do tonight. Is such a busy night. Race week, MIS, the Firekeepers Casino 400 is in town. We want you to buy tickets and also buy tickets to the Eric Jones Experience. Michigan's own Eric Jones will be here and have a meet and greet with fans. You can purchase those tickets online at mispeedway.com. We're also giving away tickets to the race on our Facebook page. Visit facebook.com/JTV Jackson. And you've picked Eric Jones to win the race.
I'm picking him now.
I am too.
That'd be great. Yesterday, Michigan State University interim president Teresa Woodruff announced that there would be no classes at MSU on the anniversary of that shooting, which was last February 13th. And in fact, 13th and 14th, she's asking the professors not schedule any classes. Berkey Hall, where some of the shooting occurred, will remain closed for classes, and they're going to slowly reopen it and hope to open it. They're renovating it, and by next spring,
It's amazing how many people are connected to the university from Jackson. Obviously, it's there's so many people that you've talked to since that have had classes there, lived next door to there, walked those halls. So yeah, I think that's the right thing to do and honor and remember that tragedy by closing down those few days for sure.
Absolutely. And one thing you missed, Michigan football, they're apparently getting one of the top 5 recruiting classes this year. And yesterday they flipped somebody.
Oh, I love it when
Yes,
that flip happens,
they
Brandon.
flipped Josiah Edmond, who had
from where?
committed to Purdue.
Oh, wow.
See, I would think that'd be an easy.
That's an easy flip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Purdue
that's an easy
or
flip.
Michigan? Purdue.
Yeah, that's an easy flip. I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't actually say that. Purdue's. Are they on the rise, Brandon?
Who's on the show today?
We've got a great show coming up. We're going to get things started with JPS Superintendent Jeff Beal right after this.
Join Spring Arbor University as we celebrate 150 years of Christ-centered education at our Sesquicentennial Gala on September 9th, featuring special guest the Newsboys. This formal attire event includes a catered reception, 3-course dinner, music by the Arbor Jazz Cats, giveaways, and an intimate one-of-a-kind concert featuring Dove Award-winning group The Newsboys. Purchase your tickets to Spring Arbor University's Sesquicentennial Gala today at sau150.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Tripp from Tripp's Collision Centers in Jackson, Lansing, and East Lansing.
And I'm Barb Tripp, inviting you to join us at this year's Jackson County Fair.
Fun for the whole family includes the wild world of animals, magic, big concerts, the Midway, and of course the rides and games.
Join the fun in Jackson at the Jackson County Fair, August 6th through the 12th.
You can see it in our smile. Service that is second to none. The kind of personal treatment you would expect from your own family. Brown's Advanced Care Pharmacy has been taking care of the Jackson community for nearly 60 years. Whether it's your prescriptions, medical supplies, hearing aids, or over-the-counter products, you're treated like one of our own. Because at Brown's Advanced Care Pharmacy, your health and well-being, it's a family thing. Brown's Advanced Care Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. Locally owned, locally operated, locally loved.
As a proud partner of Frankenmuth Insurance, Barker Weber operates under 5 distinct values.
Integrity. We will be honest and fair.
Stewardship. We commit to responsible management.
Empathy. We understand how you feel.
Mutual respect and trust. You'll always be our valued partner.
Dedication. We'll work for you wholeheartedly.
Barker Weber and Frankenmuth Insurance, your local insurance solution.
Your new ride is waiting for you at Avenue Auto. We've been giving Jackson great deals on pre-owned vehicles for 27 years. With 80 or more vehicles on the lot, each with a free warranty, we're your family-owned and operated choice in Jackson.
Cherry Creek is having music again this Thursday, part of their summer music series. Sounds of Summer, Thursday, presented by Visit Lenawee, and that is at Cherry Creek. Our show today also brought to you by Ace Roofing for those tiny repairs or things that you just can't get to on your roof. Call Ace Roofing for fast, reliable repair work.
Joining us now from Jackson Public Schools, Superintendent Jeff Beal and Assistant Superintendent for Communications and Community Relations, Chris Giannetti. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Fit all that on the business card?
I have 2 business cards. It goes right around.
We give her more titles every time I come
There
up
you
with
go.
something else for
There
her
you
to
go.
do.
Well, since I do most of the work, I need most of the title.
Great team, great leadership. It's just so exciting around the campuses. We had a chance to be out. Thank you guys for letting us host Media Day at the Glick. We were able to bring, of course, the Vikings in, but 18 other teams from around the area and coaching staffs. And the guys kind of watching the other teams look around, and it was pretty cool to see. I mean, that's just something else.
Well, it is, but then, I think we talked about it, kind of that area outside the concession stand, the fan plaza, if you will. Once we get those picnic tables set up and you start to see what it looks like on game night, it really is just going to be one of those venues. It's going to be something special.
Yeah, I was over there, and most of the kids from those surrounding school teams had never set foot in there, and it was jaw-dropping, and it was neat to see.
Yeah, it was.
I've been watching the construction at Sharp Park Academy. I think there's a race between the construction crews and the calendar.
Do you remember last year we were paving on Sunday for kids to come on Monday? That's how I feel like we are. You're exactly right. The first hurdle is kindergarten camp coming up here in 2 weeks? 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, the 14th,
Yeah, so 10 days. So we're right up against it, and so we're talking to our contractors, we're talking to our construction managers on a daily basis. How much progress is, where are we at? Who's working this weekend? Because there's a lot of weekend and overtime work that's going in, trying to pull that off to get it up and running.
And we have to make last-minute decisions about it, right? Like, so a decision that we could make today is much like the road construction. We don't know what the first day of school is going to look like as far as bus routing.
Sure.
We know what we look like today, but it could change in a minute. So it's not like we can make those decisions and say, okay, we know what's going to happen. We're hoping for the best, and we think.
Yeah, but I've been saying this all along. It's one of those pieces where the construction, while inconvenient, certainly makes us all better in the long run. And we may open the building up, or we will open the building up here in a few weeks, and there's going to be lots of work still to happen. I'm really predicting that all of the kind of bells and whistles, all of the final touches for Sharp Park probably won't be really in place until closer to Thanksgiving, Christmas time. Just as right now I just want to get walls up. Can I get a wall up? Parking lot down.
The road to progress always under construction.
And we're lucky too, because our principal, Jasper Lusby, and the entire staff there, if you can give them something to solve, they'll solve it and figure it out. So that's a good thing for us. We have a really good staff there and really great families that will work with us. So we'll get there.
I saw a Meet Up and Eat Up at Loomis Park yesterday. There's one downtown at the library. They're all over town.
That goes through the 11th, I think?
Yes, it goes through the 11th. Just today, we are not having it at Cascades because today is our new employee orientation that we now have done for the last 3 years, which is a big event for all our new employees who start with us. So just today, it won't be at Cascades, but then it resumes back at Cascades tomorrow too.
Yeah, a lot of new employees at new buildings. And Hunt's getting ready to start next week.
Well, let's see. 1 week from today, literally, I think, is Hunt's first day of school. That's always an exciting time for me. And we do have a lot of new employees. I think somewhere in the ballpark of about 30, 35 new employees. And that includes some new positions. That includes, obviously, a lot of support staff that come in there. It's not all just new teachers and so on. But we've been, we're very aggressive in the marketplace. JPS wants to position itself to go out and recruit the best people. We want to recruit people from other districts. We want to recruit people straight out of college. We build some amazing relationships, and it's this start, like what Chris was talking about, our new employee orientation. Some of that onboarding, some of that. This is what it means to be a Viking. This is who we are, and these are the people. We introduce them at this meeting to their mentors, so they get kind of that relationship right from the get-go before it ever comes to they ever come to school. And that's just one of those soft touches, right? So there's a lot of work, and I tip my hat to Jessica Carter and the Human Resources, the rest of that staff there. They are doing a fabulous job.
In Hollywood, you can get a bus tour and to see where all the stars live. Well, you guys do that for the
and
new
I
teachers.
need that. Imagine that.
Actually, here in just a little bit, she's going to be doing them.
Yeah, from my former life, you remember that I had done that in a former life, and so we started this. But it's a great thing so what people kind of don't realize is when someone gets hired for, like, let's say they're an elementary teacher and they're out at Hunt, they don't necessarily understand what the district is as a whole, how many elementary schools we have, what our high school looks like, what our middle school looks like, or maybe they're not even from Jackson. And so this year, though, we're going to be using one of our new buses, and it will be air conditioned. So I'm thrilled to do it this year because I've been on a school. Do you know what that's like to face backwards driving in a school bus? But in addition to that, then we get to Cascades and we have every station there is for our new staff, HR, because there's a retirement system. They get all their JPS gear so that they can start off the year being able to dress like everybody else and do those things. So we've really changed the way we've done that, and that is our HR department for sure. Jessica Carter and Carrie and Sarah have done an amazing job at that. Really,
no shortage of gear for the Vikings. I like what you guys do for the kids. You have a kindergarten kickoff camp, and then you also have a step up for middle schoolers. It's hard for the parents and kids at those two junctures of school. It's really cool you guys are doing that.
There's a couple places we talk about this as you kind of go through, and that movement from 5th to 6th grade is without a doubt one of those. I got to change classes at Parkside's this big building, and I remember taking my own kids through there and going, okay, here's your schedule. Now let me show you where all your classes are at. Now you go run through the building and show me how you know how to get from all these places. And it takes them about 32 seconds and they all know exactly where to go and they're having a great time with all their friends. But there's some apprehension that goes along with that. And certainly there's apprehension for parents as they go from, well, I've got my one teacher who has been fabulous to me in this building I've been in for 6 years and it's all I've ever known, to going to someplace new. So we make a big deal out of it. We certainly want to help those students feel comfortable. We want to help those families feel comfortable. We want to talk to them about how to engage with their teachers, how to make certain that they're comfortable in the building, moving throughout the building. Like I said, where's the restroom? Where's the cafeteria? How do I get to the band room? It's in a whole different building. Where is that? All of those things. And then they start to realize all the classes that they can take, right? They start to look at all the electives. They start to talk about the things that, from, it's not just PE anymore. It's not just, music anymore or art. Now all of a sudden, there's a lot going on and you dip your toe into some of the world languages and you start to think about, oh gosh, I could be traveling to Germany or I could be doing some of those other things. Those are super exciting.
And with our camps, so they're each 3 days, right? So it does take that first day anxiety off, but it also helps the first day of school, right? So the first day of school is not all about getting this new group of people acclimated. They're already acclimated, so that makes our first day go well because there's always something on first day, right, for everybody. And the kindergarten camps, I really think, help parents breathe. They're going to do something totally different that they haven't done yet, right? And so it is a big deal, and they get lunch and transportation. So if you haven't signed up and you have a kindergartner coming into any of our kindergartners except for Hunt because they start next week already, just give us a call or go to our website, and then they're all August 14th, 17th, 8 a.m. to noon. And they include breakfast, lunch, and transportation to and from, so you don't have to do any of that. And then the step up is the same dates, but I think it's a little earlier. I think it's 7:30 to 11:30, and they also get transportation and lunch too. And it's a perfect opportunity. And we also find out too that over those 3 days, kids make some new friends that they would not have made yet, and that changes the first day of school.
Parents make new friends too.
Yes, they do. Sure. Yeah. A little harder in middle school, right? Like when my kids were in elementary school, we were all so friendly to
Everyone's
each other.
Happier.
Yeah. By the time we get to middle school, it's like, no, listen, my kid's probably going to do something, so we should probably not be friends. But yeah, it's harder because there's not that interaction with parents as much, at the building. So.
Jackson County Early College is also an option for JPS students. In fact, right now, anyone can enroll to any of the schools, but you also have enrollment college information too.
Well, this is a big time of year, especially for juniors. So remember that Jackson County Early College allows students to earn up to 60 college credits at the district's expense. So we pick up the tab on it. We cover the books and the technology and all of that. We have a success navigator from JC who comes to the high school, helps kids with the scheduling and so on. But if you are a junior, you have to sign up. This is the caveat. If you want to participate in this program, you have to sign up no later than September of your junior year. If it hits October, you've already missed it, and there's no way for us to go back because that's kind of how the state sets up the funding for it. But it allows students just to stay for a 13th year. Like I said, they can earn credentials or a certificate or an associate's degree. And the nice thing about our early college is if you get the Michigan transfer agreement, all of those credits transfer to any college in Michigan. And that's what we push for us. How do I make certain that what you take here goes with you no matter where you want to go?
Giving kids a great head start.
I can't express it enough. If parents aren't taking advantage of it, if students aren't taking advantage of it, they're missing out. It doesn't matter if you think you're going to U of M or you want to go, to one of the directionals here in the state. It doesn't really even matter what you want to do. Maybe you're going, I don't know if I want to even go on to college. Not a big deal, because we can get you a certificate so when you walk out, you can go work at the hospital, or you can go work. I mean, there's opportunities there.
Let's take a look at the open house calendar. This is just some of the dates that JPS families will want to be aware of, but everything's on social media and on your website.
You know it is.
And we're blasting this out too, but you're without a doubt, so there's a lot coming up. Obviously, we've got Hunt, that'll be the first one out the door, and staff are back next week on Monday, Tuesday, and then students on Wednesday. That'll be a nice event. And then you see either the 21st or the 22nd. And some of that's just simply for staffing purposes, because we'll have transportation there, we'll have food service there, we'll have all of the different departments at these open houses so that we can help answer questions, so that when mom shows up and goes, okay, is the bus stop at the same place or the same time? And we can assist with all of those things, kind of stepping forward.
And we don't want to shock anybody, but school starts for Hunt on the 9th and the rest of the world on the 23rd. So when you wake up on the 23rd and you see the bus go by, school has started. Yes, it's a half day. So we just want to remind everybody, I cannot tell you how many times I get a phone call. I just saw the bus go by. Did we start?
We did.
Yes. We weren't going to mention it this year.
Yeah.
We're keeping that a secret.
Yeah,
but
no, we'll start the second week. Yeah, and you want to start the first day.
It's coming back to school.
Oh,
Thanks,
it is coming,
thanks, guys.
yes.
Like
Thank
the
you.
best kept secret, right?
Yes.
Thanks
Jeff
for being
Beam
positive.
and Chris Giannetti from Jackson Public Schools. More of the morning show after this.
The Enchanted Forest Bar and Grill has something for everyone. They offer a large menu with a variety of meals to choose from, including many Middle Eastern options, along with the everyday favorites. Enjoy live music and dancing, pool table, huge bar and large banquet hall, perfect for your next gathering, wedding reception, graduation party, and more. And don't miss Sunday brunch, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Experience a great night out at the Enchanted Forest Bar and Grill, located at 3705 Ann Arbor Road in Jackson.
Hi, I'm Mike Blair from Blair's Car Care, and this is my son Mike. On behalf of Blair's, we would like to thank you for 100 years of servicing your car needs. Thank you.
Blair's prides itself on the quality care we provide and the professional services we offer to our community. Whether it's simple or complex, Blair's will get your repairs done quickly and have you back on the road in no time. Call today and schedule an appointment at 517-782-8116.
The secret is out. Jackson is a great place to live, work, and raise a family. We are people with community pride, school spirit, and deep roots. The secret is out. Jackson has great parks, home to some of the best golf in the country, and boasts more lakes than you can count. With unique, locally owned shops and restaurants, we have a little something for everyone. Hey Jackson, the secret is out. The Heather Herndon team with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, serving the Jackson community since 2005.
At Hometown Heating, Cooling, and More, we know how important family is. That's why we've been a family-owned and operated business since 2009. As an authorized Daikin dealer, we're dedicated to providing the best heating and cooling services for your family's comfort. So, don't sweat the heat or shiver in the cold. Let our family keep yours cozy all year long.
Welcome back to the morning show. It's quite the show on JTV today. Our show brought to you by Vermeulen's Home Furnishings. They're now in their third generation of being family owned and operated. Thank you to Vermeulen's. The Jackson County Fair is coming up. It's coming up August 6th through the 12th.
Next week.
Yes, next week. Are you going to Steve Miller Band?
Yeah,
I'm
Braden
going.
Lake,
Yeah, I'm
Braden
doing the Braden
I
Lake
think Braden
deal.
Lake's name should be first.
Doing Russell Dickerson.
Are you doing Russell Dickerson?
You got it.
I like it. Yeah, the fair has great entertainment all week. Visit JacksonCountyFair.net.
Next on the morning show, the owner of G-Force Automotive, Matt Clausen. Hi, Matt.
How's it going?
Good. Welcome back.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah.
So you're going to you got a concert lined up?
Yeah, we were just in Nashville. We got back from Nashville.
Nice.
We actually saw Russell Dickerson at Old Red right there on Broadway.
Oh,
It was
nice.
really good.
Yeah, Nashville's something.
Really
else,
good.
isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you're recommending people buy tickets to the show here?
Oh
in
yeah.
Jackson?
Yeah. Absolutely. Denise does such a wonderful
She
job
does.
at the fair.
Yeah, the talent that comes in, really enough for everybody too. It's not.
Yeah, and a really cool thing they're doing under the grandstand this year is they're doing like a big display of what's going on, of what has happened over the years.
Oh, that's cool.
Think about that. The Jackson County Fair is old.
Very old.
Really old.
Yeah, older than you, Bart.
So.
Yeah, it's so all the history. They had all those signed autographs from all the entertainers over the year, Bob Hope, and
Big time
Roger.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll have those out and on display.
Yeah.
Saw Reba at the fair.
Did you?
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
saw Beyonce.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And people think Beyonce came to the Jackson County Fair? Yes.
Yes,
she did. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. What's summer like for you? What's the most common pull-in for you? Are you guys?
Summertime brings a lot of battery issues
Yeah.
and stuff with auto repair and stuff like that. Tire issues, anything that the heat really hurts. Of course, we've had it pretty nice here in Michigan this year. We haven't. It's only been humid a couple of days there, but yeah, anything that really the heat gets to, overheats, battery issues, things like that.
So the heat, outdoor heat, and the amount you run that can drain the
Yeah, I
battery
mean, we've
pretty
got
good.
all the extremes here in Michigan,
Sure
so
do.
we go from one extreme to the next as far as, we go from winter, which batteries see a lot of different things going on, and there's a lot more things going on in your car with
For
the
sure.
battery as far as, the start-stop technology and all that stuff, so
Right.
they've got to have these really good batteries.
Yeah, you've helped me out with something as small as a tire repair, sent me on my way, didn't even charge me. But you guys do everything from battery replacement, tires, to big time engines.
Yeah, we're full service. We're currently doing a couple of different big projects, actually. We've got an engine out of a GMC Sierra that had catastrophic failure, and we're reassembling that in the process of doing that.
Yeah.
We've got transmission work we've doing. So yeah, I mean, and we do our good share of the light stuff, brakes and things that doesn't really take too much time, but
They're so complicated now with all the electronics that a lot of the things that people maybe used to do in their driveway, the routine maintenance, it's too hard.
yeah, and it's like, I've said that before, it's like, I don't understand why people try to tackle it. I
Right.
mean, if you're a certified technician in Michigan and you've been doing it a long time, I applaud that. Go ahead and do that. But if you're trying to save money, a lot of times I see customers get themselves into a situation where it's just like, hey, I did all this stuff, and it's still
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot that the expert knows.
and then we're thrust into the middle of it.
How often do you get this question? Can you fix it today?
A lot, and we try to do a good job with that. Since the COVID and all the part issues that we've had, I mean, we've got parts that are coming in now, and we don't have to. There's no delays. So I like to say we used to be good at same day, next day. But as the parts have come back in stock and we're getting back to normal, as far as that regard, yes, we can offer, usually same day, next day.
That's great.
Third day, second day.
As long as it's not a transmission.
Depends on what it is.
Right,
Obviously, it just depends on what it is. I mean, if it's something, you come in making a bunch of noise, and we've got engine issues, and it just takes a while.
Besides oil change, what's the one thing people can do to take care of their car that they don't?
I see a lot of people that don't pay attention to their tires, especially in the summertime. You're pulling your camper, you're driving up north, you're going down south, wherever you're going. Temperatures are warmer in the summertime. Heat also doesn't like low air pressure in tires. I mean, that's the reason why we've got the technology that has been instituted into the cars that, this tire is low, and that saves you time. But a lot of people don't take care of their tires and don't pay attention to the tire pressure. We're talking about saving fuel. It's one of the things you can do. Look at the tire sticker in the driver's door. It tells you where the tire pressure should be. Stop by, we'll fill them up for you. That's not a big deal at all.
There's so many things in the display that will even tell you what your tire pressure is on all four tires. Yeah. More things to ignore on the dash.
It's really a lot of things that people should ignore.
It's all these. If the lights had bats and and things to hit you with, it would be.
You're really the closest repair shop off the highway. Do you get a lot of cars that limp off?
Yeah, we do, and it's just been one thing after another. We did a repair for a gentleman that something flew up because they're obviously working on I-94 right through that corridor there, and then the diverging diamond, that's been a thing that they've been doing too. So yeah, I mean, something flew up, hit the underneath of the car, and bent some things, and so that was one of the most recent ones. But we do get our fair share of off the highway stuff. Yeah.
And that's how I would describe the problem.
That's
something
exactly.
flew up. I heard a noise.
Well, and it was from the construction part, so it was a very unique situation to where a piece of metal or something that fell off of something. And
how long have you been in business now on your own out there at G-Force?
We opened up in January of 2007.
That's awesome.
And we were located on the south side of town. Then we grew so much that we moved over to West Avenue. And gosh, man, we've been there for 11 years now.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we moved over there in 12. So we've been going pretty strong.
What a great business story you've had, from working in the dealership to creating your own business and multiple locations. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think I've said this on my podcast before. It's like when I first started the business, I was working on the cars, talking to the customers, taking all the phone calls, doing everything, to now I manage and run and watch things happen. So now I have 7 different employees, and
it's cool.
And it's fun.
And check out Matt's podcast.
For sure.
Yeah.
Good to see you. We appreciate all that you do here at JTV, Matt, and G-Force.
Yeah, it's a great
Automotive.
partnership. Thank you guys.
Matt Clausen on The Morning Show. More. Stay tuned.
Cherry Creek Cellars, nestled in the heart of the Irish Hills in Brooklyn, is the perfect place to enjoy handcrafted Michigan wines, hard ciders, and craft beers in a picturesque vineyard setting. Grab a bite to eat in our cafe with a variety of delicious menu items to choose from. Indoor and outdoor seating is available, including space in our old schoolhouse, perfect for a fabulous dining experience. No matter the season, we've got something fun in store for you, including hosting your next big event with us. Flexible, customizable options available for any occasion. And be sure to check out our Facebook page for upcoming events year-round. Cherry Creek Cellars, we believe in wine that tastes incredible.
The ShopRat Foundation is a local organization focused on igniting interest in manufacturing and trades careers among youth in Jackson County. Programming is focused on construction, engineering, precision machining, welding, and computer science. Through these programs, students develop foundational knowledge and confidence to succeed in these careers. It is our priority that students know that these opportunities exist for them and are essential to our community. To learn more about the ShopRat Foundation, please visit our website at shoprat.org.
If you're looking for a high-quality, affordable alternative to the emergency room, then come to IEP Urgent Care's new location in Jackson. It's the same great ER physicians who have been providing care through our local hospitals since 2008, but now with a new location to serve you better. Our ER-trained providers believe high-quality care is for everyone, so we work with all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. Come see us on East Michigan Ave.
Over time, we've seen more and more people frustrated with their dental benefits. They thought that because they had dental insurance, they'd be well taken care of. Well, that's exactly what the insurance companies want you to believe. They figured out a way to collect your premiums while continuing to limit your choice of doctor and your choice of treatment. There's not one company better than the others. They've created an environment where dentists diagnose treatment or recommend care based upon your insurance dollars available. That's not the way people should be treated, and we think there's a better way. We put the interest of you and your family first. We take the time with you to figure out how to get the care you need, whether it's with your insurance or not.
We are Dentistry by Design, and our mission is to make excellent dental care a joy. Please call, visit the website, or drop by the office. We'd love to answer any questions you may have. And be sure to ask about our exclusive membership program to help you save on the cost of your dental care.
A fun place to take your family and friends is the Jackson Candy and Fudge Factory. See. Hear. Smell. Taste. While you're here, pick up a gift to share. You always feel like a kid in a candy store at the Jackson Candy and Fudge Factory.
The Jackson YMCA has Zumba, and is it tonight? No,
It's Thursday.
It's Thursdays. Thursdays at 8 o'clock. Zumba Under the Stars, presented by the YMCA. It's located inside the Cascades Falls at 1401 South Brown. $8 for individuals, $15 for families. If you're a Y member, $4 and $10. Entrance fee is for class and gate. Check it out, Thursday at 8.
Now from Jackson College, Professor of Science and Chemistry, Dr. Matthew Badke. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great.
Getting closer to the start of fall semester.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Campus is ready for students.
Absolutely. Yep. A couple more weeks here.
Yeah, campus looks great, and this is the time you should be checking out all the options. Well, you've been so helpful to our audience over the course of the pandemic, and now we're hearing from health authorities that there could be a late summer resurgence of COVID. What should we be worried about?
I think that there's a couple things to keep in mind here. One is that levels have been really low for a long time, and so any sort of bump up is going to be noticeable from where we've been at. So we're not talking anywhere close to the numbers that we have in the past, but the levels have gone up. Hospitalizations have risen for the last 2 weeks in a row. And so there does seem to be a little bit of a bump up in cases here. Again, not unusual. We see this with other respiratory viruses as well, that occasionally we do see increases in transmission for a short period of time. Again, same things I've been saying for the last 2 years when I've been on here. Think about if you haven't had a booster or been updated with your vaccinations lately, you might want to think about that. And again, just think about if you hear of people in the community or people that are testing positive or are sick, don't go out. Just like we've been doing at the college, if you're sick, just stay home.
Yeah,
that's good rule.
Some new information on potential long COVID that's come out recently. Could you share that?
Yeah, I did want to talk about the NIH has been doing a lot of work to try to understand that. I think when most of us, we think about, really wanting to move on from the last couple years and not focus on COVID anymore, but all those folks that are experiencing the long COVID symptoms are still struggling with that. Estimated anywhere between 10 and 30% of folks may experience some long COVID symptoms. So there are some people that are still experiencing issues from an infection, potentially a year or two ago. And the NIH has been doing a lot of work to try to understand what's happening. So they have 24,000 people they've been tracking that are experiencing long COVID symptoms to try to understand, better what actually are some of the main symptoms. And I think it's complicated and it's difficult, but they're starting to start some trials now of potentially using things like 30-day treatment of Paxlovid, which is a drug that we know works pretty well to prevent more serious infections, looking at some different brain stimulation techniques and things like that to try to help some of the mental fog that people seem to experience for some reason for months afterwards in some cases. So I think over the next year or two, as these trials go forward, we're going to start having a better understanding of what we can do when people are experiencing this, because right now I know it's very frustrating for a lot of people that are experiencing these symptoms, and there isn't really any clear answers on what to do about it. So hopefully that's going to be coming in the near future.
And things like they have a reduced sense of taste. It sounds like a minor issue, but I mean that's something that's someone's going to think about all the time.
Right. I mean, think about experiencing that for a couple of days is one thing, but if you think about 6 months of that or a year of that, it really starts to be quite a burden.
Yeah. We didn't have as many mosquitoes biting us as normal, especially early in the summer, but with the late rain we've had, there are mosquitoes out, and there's some mosquito-borne illnesses to watch out for.
Yeah, it's always fun to see what kind of new diseases pop up, and I heard of a new one last week that I had not seen before. Jamestown Canyon virus was one that I had never heard of. I had to look it up.
Yeah. That sounds good.
No, I don't think you do, but originally from Jamestown Canyon, Colorado is where it was first discovered in the 1960s, but a mosquito-borne illness. You can think of it kind of like West Nile is another one that we have around. And so 2 folks in Michigan were recently tested positive for this Jamestown Canyon.
That's crazy.
The first in the country this year that have tested positive. There's typically anywhere between 10 to 20 cases nationally a year. So again, not a huge thing. But we do have
both bit by the mosquito, or
correct. It cannot be transmitted from person to person, just like West Nile. The only way you're going to get it is from being bitten by an infected mosquito. And a lot of these viruses circulate in animals, so that's typically where they're picking it up and then biting a person and transmitting it. So again, just this not common. Most people that get infected are not necessarily going to have severe symptoms, but in some cases it can lead to encephalitis and some issues with the nervous system. So just something to be aware of and make sure that people are thinking about putting the repellents on and wearing long sleeves and long pants and things like that if you're going to be in areas with a lot of mosquitoes, because there have been. So the state looks at pools of mosquitoes, so they capture a whole bunch of them, and then they test the group to see whether they're carrying any of these viruses. And several of these groups have tested positive for West Nile and this Jamestown Canyon virus in Washtenaw County and a couple other counties around the state. So it is out there in some of the mosquito populations, and so just something, again, for people to just be thinking about and be aware of.
Free college at Jackson College for an awful lot of people this fall. And what class might you recommend for someone that you're teaching?
Oh, well, we're still offering a lot of sections of the public health course that I teach. I think that's a nice intro science course. Any of our intro courses where, our we have a natural science course, NSC 141. That's a really nice introduction to the scientific method and sort of how science is done and the process of science and things like that. So we've got a lot of nice courses to introduce people to some of the foundational concepts in science.
Cool. You can find more by visiting jcc.edu. Thank you very much, Dr. Badke, for joining us.
Great seeing you guys again.
More of the Morning Show right after this.
The PIC Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week, and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best.
At Consumers Energy, we believe change is preparing. Preparing for the worst by putting to work the very best. Change is improving by replacing utility poles and redesigning our substations. Change is commitment. Commitment to upgrading 1,000 miles of our energy grid every year. And change is confidence. The confidence of knowing when it comes to keeping the lights on, we're always on. Consumers Energy, a force for you, a force of change.
When you need metal, and you need it now, Alro Metals Outlet is here for you. When your back is against the wall, our vast inventory of aluminum, steel, plastics, and more will help you get the job done. Whether you're a professional or do-it-yourselfer, our retail stores are your one-stop shop for metals. You select it, we cut to length, and shear to size. Right here, right now. Because when you need metal, Alro Metals Outlet has your back.
Do you do landscaping? Yes, we do. Our landscaping is creative and innovative. We'll make sure your yard is beautiful. Do you do irrigation systems? Yes, our irrigation systems are top of the line and will be designed to fit your watering needs. What about lawn care? We do that too. Our lawn care services will continue to keep your yard healthy and help it grow. Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping, serving South Central Michigan since 1986.
Our new Express Oil Changes and More building has been a huge success. Not only do we have the best oil change prices, we top off fluids and do a 33-point inspection. All while you enjoy fresh-baked cookies, coffee, and popcorn in our new lounge. This month is our Jeep Freedom Day sales event with special pricing on all new Jeeps. Stop out to Extreme Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Jackson, just off I-94 exit 141, or online at extremedodge.com.
Oh yeah!
Welcome back to the morning show. We've got a couple of fun things tonight. The Cascades Family Night and Grass Lake Music in the Park. And it's just a beautiful place wherever you want to be in Jackson County. This might not be on Real or Not, but it's a beer that is brewed using wastewater. Yes, this California company created a beer, and it's from a San Francisco, it's all the wastewater from showers, sinks, and washing machines in 1550, a 40-story luxury apartment building.
What?
So it's luxury wastewater.
Luxury waste.
Luxury wastewater.
Let's talk to the M&K Jennings folks.
Canyon Brewing Company, Epic One Water Brew. Would you drink it?
No, but it's given me an idea. So we're going to brew our own with Minuteman and M&K.
It's not available yet for sale because it turns out there's some regulations.
Brandon, would you drink that?
I'm thinking about it.
How much?
1,000? Yeah.
Okay, 1,000. Yeah, $1,000. That's the magic number. $1,000. I'd drink it too. That's insane.
I know.
California's out of control.
It's California.
Oh my goodness, that's all for today. Join us tomorrow morning. We have CEO from Center for Family Health, Bill Wypisky. He'll join us along with Monica Mosier and Hendrik Scher, and Chris Pelton and Lene Earhart from Vermeulen's Home Furnishings.
Later today, Mark Short, Paula Lawashi, Sandra Phelan, Cheryl Ragland, Elmer Hitt, Dodie Wheeler, Holly Peterson, and Kat Dickinson. All starting today at 1. We'll see you then.